Combat patrols clash in the 41st millennium as forces of Tau, under the banner of Aun'Shar, ready their pulse rifles against the looming Necron threat of Amonhotekh and his guard. Welcome to Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol on Miniature Game Montage. And thank you for joining us today, where we have Warhammer 40k being played. The Protectors of Aun'Shar include Aun'Shar with an honor stave and a hover drone. Shasnel follows him to battle with a Fireblade pulse rifle and close combat weapon. They have a Ghostkeel battlesuit equipped with Cyclet ion rakers, Twin Fusion Blaster and Ghostkeel Fist, a strike team with 9 Fire Warriors, and Shasui with 3 stealth battlesuits. Tau forces have the enhancement DS-13, giving the bearer lone operative and stealth abilities. While a friendly infantry unit is within 6 inches of the bearer, you'll improve their save characteristics by 1 and give them a 5-up Feel No Pain. Amonhotek's guard is led by Amonhotekh, equipped with a Tachyon arrow and Overlord's blade. Following him to battle are 10 Necron warriors, 3 Scorpack destroyers, 3 Canoptic scarab swarms, and a Doomstalker. They take the enhancement Protocol of Resonant Focus, allowing the bearer to pick a unit within 12 inches in the command phase to reroll 1s to hit. Today's scenario is Forward Outpost, and the primary objective is to control objective markers across the board. For each objective marker a player controls in No Man's Land, they will score 5 victory points. If the objective marker is controlled in their opponent's deployment zone, they score 10 victory points, and if they control it at the end of a turn, they do not allow their opponent to use the command reroll stratagem for the rest of the game. On secondary objectives, the Tau pick Leadership Cast and the Necrons select Treasures of the Aeons. We're hoping for a fun game of combat patrol as we feature some terrain from Mini Wargaming's Ruins of Perdition Kickstarter. I'll put a link down in the description if you have any interest in checking those out. Let's get down to the action in turn 1, where the Tau forces will be up first. And Tau forces rolling for a command point that is unsuccessful as they start to send their strike team forward. An advance is rolled to put one of them on the objective, as the Ghostkeel is going to relocate. Stealth battlesuits begin to fire with burst cannons. That's the only thing that's in range of these Necron warriors. 8 shots splash the table looking for 4s. Pretty abysmal roll and no wounds. Over on the other side of the board, the Ghostkeel starts to power up his Ion Raker, firing 6 shots needing 4s. At Strength 7, he'll wound on 3s, and he does squeak all of these in. Saves are taken at AP 1, and 2 of them are made. With 2 damage assessed, we now flip over to the Necrons for the bottom of turn 1. In the command phase, the Necrons are going to spend a CP for Will of the Overlord on these Scarabs, and will advance them forward onto the objective. This gives them OC1 as they move in to contest. The Doomstalker is going to shuffle over in the backfield, looking to line up shots at the Ghostkeel. Scorpack destroyers move forward on the opposite flank as the Doomsday Stalker opens up with his blaster. He'll get D6 plus 1 shots, meaning 4 into the strike team, plus 2 more for blast, and he's hitting on 4s, only getting 2. He needs 2s to convert. A command point reroll is used to make all of these wound, and armor saves they are getting the aura from Aun'Shar. That gives them a chance at 6s, both fail, Feel No Pains fail, and then the blaster is going to fire as well and miss. Necron warriors also open fire with their Gauss Reapers, hitting 4 times. One of them auto wounds with lethal hits. They get another wound on a 3-up. Both saves are made. Gauss Flares in range fire as well with an abysmal effort, needing 4s to hit. Scorpack destroyers announce a charge, easily making it into combat with the Ghostkeel. They let loose with a barrage of attacks, hitting on 3s, using their Plasmite for devastating wounds. With devastating wounds, 4 damage goes through. There'll be 1 save at AP 2, which puts him on a 4-up, and that does fail. It'll be 6 damage in total. The creature attempts to fight back, but his swings are empty. And that takes us to the end of the turn, as the Tau put some shots into the Necrons. Didn't do any damage, but the counterpunch from the Necrons was swift on the assault. They are not going to get that additional CP for turn 2. They'll only score 5 points here, as Objective 1 is contested by those Scarabs with Will of the Overlord. They're counting as Objective Control 1. And at the top of 2, the Ghost Keel is going to fall back away from these Scorpek destroyers. He'll still be eligible to shoot. The remainder of the tile remain stationary, ready their pulse weapons, as the stealth suits do spot the Necron warriors. Pulse rifles from the strike team fire. They'll get a total of 4 wounds, needing 3s, as they are at +1 to hit. No cover here. And just like that, they cut down 4 Necron warriors. Pulse carbines also opening fire, landing several hits and wounding on 3s. 2 more Necron warriors are cut down. The support turret missile system will fire, landing 2 hits. They use a CP reroll to convert 2 wounds, and it'll be 2 4-up saves that are owed by the squad of warriors. That'll be 2 more taken off. Tau firepower in full effect as burst cannons open fire, only 1 in range. It will result in a wound, but the wound will be saved. Meanwhile, the Ghost Keel fires his melt-a-weapon into the destroyers, landing a hit. The weapon causes a wound and melts one of the destroyers. The Ion Raker splits fire into the Scarabs, and it'll be 6 shots hitting on 4. Only 2 go through, but it will cause 2 wounds. AP1 cuts through their armor and takes a stand down. With an excellent display of firepower from the Tau Empire, we move to the bottom of the second turn. Battle Shock test required here, which is passed on these warriors. They are going to reanimate 1 warrior, while the Scarabs will reanimate as well as the Scorpek destroyers. The Scarabs reanimate 1 to 3 wounds remaining, while the Scorpek destroyers will reanimate 1 with 2 wounds remaining. Amonhotekh instructs his soldiers to fall back as they have taken heavy casualties. We are going to see the Scorpek destroyers begin to surround the Ghost Keel. Will of the Overlord was played on those Scarab swarms. In shooting, the Doomsday Stalker opens up at d6 +1 shots. It'll be 2, but only 1 will land a hit into the Ghost Keel. A reroll is used to hit on 3s. There will be 1 wound, puts him on a 5-up save, and while that save is initially failed, a reroll from the Tau will make that successful. The Twin Gauss Flare fails to find the mark, and then we have a charge announced as an Overwatch is taken. All weapons failing to find the mark, the Scorpek destroyers charge into combat. They surround the Ghost Keel and begin attacking with their hyperphase weapons. It'll be 12 shots hitting on 3s. With a great hit roll, the wound roll is the opposite, as they need 5s, only 1, and a save will be taken. It will be failed. The Ghost Keel ticks down to 4 wounds and attempts to attack back, landing a hit but failing to wound. The turn comes to a close as the Ghost Keel is now critically damaged, and they've got the Scorpek destroyers to deal with. The Tau did a great job pushing the warriors back, sending them away from Objective 2. The Tau are going to score that extra command point in this one as we go to the top of 3, the Ghost Keel passing a Battle Shock test. Alright, turn 3 opens up, with the Tau extending their lead to 10-0. The Ghost Keel is going to fall back, realizing that he cannot control this objective any longer, and moving down the battlefield. Stealth suits look to relocate as they aim to spot the Scarabs for the strike team, which is going to move up alongside them. Aun'Shar hovers behind them, continuing to give his save benefit as well as his 5+ feel no pain. Shooting opens up with pulse rifles hitting twice and then wounding twice. Saves are taken and failed as pulse carbines open up as well. At +1 to hit, they land 5 hits, followed by 5 wounds on 2s. All the saves will be failed. That effort drops 2 of the stands, as 1 remains. Shasnel Ditano using a CP reroll to hit twice. He rolls 2 6s to wound. And with the 2 saves failed on that last stand, they will be taken down, doing 4 damage. Stealth suits open up next at the Scorpek destroyers. Rolls are really hot and cold here. They need 5s to wound and get nothing. The Ghost Keel then attempts to fire his Ion Raker. He needs 5s as he's critically damaged into the Necron warriors. He gets 1 hit but does not wound. His Melta shot goes into the Doomsday Stalker and it misses as well. We go to the bottom of 3. Necrons getting on the board now with 5 points. The Necron warriors reanimate 1 and the Scorpack destroyers reanimate 2 wounds. A battle shock test for the warriors is good as the Scorpack destroyers begin to make their way to Objective 2. With 2 Necron warriors reanimated, they begin to push towards Objective 2 as well. A Tachyon arrow is fired from the Overlord and hits the Ghost Keel. It is a Strength 16 shot. 2s to wound. We'll need to use a CP reroll here to make that convert. And at AP 5, it will do D6 plus 2, 4 damage in total, just enough to take him out, and he does not explode. Necron warriors fire their Gauss Reapers into the stealth suits, hitting on 5s because they have stealth. They get 2 hits, but 1 will do an auto wound. Saves are taken and failed, and the stealth suit goes down to 1 wound. Gauss Flayers attempt to follow up those shots, but both miss. The Doomsday Stalker takes shots, and he is going to roll up for 2. Both of those will miss as well, targeting the stealth suits. His twin Gauss Blaster lands a hit, however, and rolls up to wound. An armor save is good, however, as we move to the charge phase. The Tau fire Overwatch, and the strike team hits on 4s. They only get 1 wound from their pulse rifles, and the armor save is good. Pulse carbines open up, again, needing 4s, and they do get quite a better result on this one, but still needing 5s to get wounds, and they only get 1. The armor save is good. As the Scorpack destroyers come crashing in, the leader attempts to shoot as well. He gets 1 hit, but no wound. On a successful charge roll, the hyperphase weapons open up 12 attacks, hitting on 3s. And it's Strength 7 on Toughness 3. Should just be 2s to wound. I think we called this 3. All of the squad is wiped out except for the leader. They do get 5+ Feel No Pains to keep him alive with 2 wounds. Shasnel Titano goes in fighting with his combat weapon, hitting all 3 times, but he needs 5s to wound. He does convert 1. The armor save is failed. He does 2 damage to one of the destroyers. As that turn fully comes to a close, we gear up again. Going back to the Tau, they still hold Objective 2, scoring 5 more points on the primary. They do have a lot to contend with now, however, as the Scorpack destroyers have closed the gap. The Tau roll for an extra command point, but do not get it, and turn 4 officially begins. The Ethereal Aun'Shar is going to roll in advance, end up using a command point reroll to try to get as far as possible out of harm's way, as he is worth 20 victory points. Shasnel Titano is going to fall back, allowing for the stealth suits to open fire into the Scorpack destroyers. We did allow Shasnel Titano to spot, so the stealth suits are hitting on 3s, and they will need 5s to wound. With 2 wounds, the armor saves are good. A Melta is then fired from the stealth suits as well. It hits and does D6 damage and crushes one of the Scorpack destroyers. As the Tau finish their turn, we go to the bottom of 4 for the Necrons. Reanimation protocols coming back around as one of the Scorpack destroyers comes back to life, and 3 Necron warriors. The Scorpack destroyers roll up for an advance, going to the back objective and getting on it, worth 10 points. Necron warriors lumber forwards, looking to get into combat with the stealth suits. The Doomsday Stalker rolls in advance, going towards Objective 1, and then the Gauss Reapers open fire at the stealth suits, landing a lot of hits on 6s. Those are auto wounds. 4 wounds come across, saves are taken. One of the stealth suits will be taken down, and 1 damage assessed to another. With no other damage, they will overwatch as the Necrons charge into combat. They are using a stratagem here, still need 6s to hit, however, all of these are going to miss. The Necrons are -2 to their charge, but easily make it into combat. The Necron warriors get 1 attack each, hitting on 4s. They did play disruption fields to make them at strength +1, so needing 3s to wound. They only get 2, and both of them are saved off. Amonhotekh swings 4 times and rolls 3 1s. He does convert the wound, and with a failed armor save, he does take down one of the stealth suits. The Necrons will now firmly control Objective 2, as well as the objective in the Tau backfield. As we get ready for turn 5, it is going to be a quick affair, as in the Tau movement phase, the Ethereal Aun'Shar is going to continue to move back, as well as Chasnel Titano. The Tau are not going to score any points on the primary, but Aun'Shar is worth 20 victory points as a secondary objective. The Scorpek Destroyers decide to give chase in the Necron turn, getting within 7 inches to charge into the Ethereal. A stratagem was played to -2 to their dice roll. They rolled up a 6, which became a 4. Using a command point reroll, they then rolled double 2s. At the end of the turn, the Necrons will collect 10 points, and that brings our game to an end. The Tau Empire are going to hold and take the victory today, scoring 20 secondary points for keeping their Ethereal alive. The Necrons were just too little too late in this one. Hey, really hope you enjoyed this presentation of Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol. If you did, let me know down in the comments below. I'm sure we got several things wrong, but we will improve as time goes on. Supporters Club, your names are on the screen now. I always say that's by no means necessary. If you've watched the video this far, you've done more than enough to support the channel, so thank you so much. We will see you in the next one. Take care.